Okay, so for those who are asking how I made my little Ziploc bag toppers, this is how I did it. I made them for different bags, little baggies, Ziploc bags that I have. Um, and I made sure to put what type of bag it was, where I got it, the brand, how many count is in the box. So, these were the ones, let me zoom out a little bit. These are the bags that I created. Um, Now, I bought these at Walmart and they were less than $3 for 100 bags. And I like them. Things fit in there very easily. So this is just, I was thinking of something that would help amplify the presentation of my product. And a lot of people make for like, I've seen for birthdays, they make the little coloring book things with the crayons and then they put the little topper on the bag. And I thought to myself, how am I going to do that? So what I did was is I just went in and it was a lot of trial and error and it came out they came out amazing. So when I first started making the bags, um or the handle when I first made it, um I used like a really heavy duty, like thick as you can see here, perforated line. And I know perforation is for tearing, but if you are using a Cricut Joy or the Cricut Joy Extra, the scoring tool feature is not available for those two machines. And now I have the Cricut Joy Extra and I wasn't able to, I have a scoring tool and it does not fit in the housing on my thing. And yes, there's an adapter you can get so that the scoring tool fits, but if you don't want to go through all that trouble, um, this is just an easier, simple way to create the same handle, you know, without all the extra steps. So I originally used this little perforated line, and I had a couple of comments say that the perforation is meant to like for tearing, and it is. Yes, that it would be good like if you were creating a coloring book that you could tear the pages away. But I found that the perforation made it easy to fold, especially if you don't have the scoring thing, and it made it easy to fold so that it was even when you folded it, and you didn't have to go through all the extra trouble of pressing down, and it just made it the perforation just made making the handle a whole lot easier. Now I did use this one here, the little oval looking one, and then just recently, as today, I found this little dotted one, this little dotted perforation, and let me tell you, it was a game changer. It folds amazingly without the fear of it just breaking in half. Like, it is a whole lot more sturdy. It gives it a more sturdy um fold. Like, it folds like easily and evenly, and it also doesn't look like it's going to just tear off. So I found that the little circles are the way to go. Now, if you want to use the little oval dotted perforation, that's fine. You can use those too. But also the little dots. Now, how I found the perforations for either one of these is I went into images and I just searched for a perforated line, and it gives you many choices to choose from. But I will tell you that some of them are drawing, like they're drawn using a pen, so you have to be careful which one you choose. I think I chose this one, and this one, see, this perforated dotted line is using a pen. And you can't change it. It doesn't allow you to change it to a cut because you want those dots to be cut, not drawn on. So I did find one. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it's when you look up perforated line, I don't know if this will be the same if you look it up, but it is the second one down right here. It looks like this, a bunch of little dots, and then when you open it, it looks like this, and it's like 70 something inches long. You can just go here, see how it's 77 wide. We're just going to delete that, and I just put 5 so that it shrinks it down so it's right here. And then you have your little dotted perforated line. And that's how I found it. And then, the little oval one is here too. It's right there. There's many different ones of those oval ones on here, so you can just pick and choose whichever one you want. Now, what I did find is when I originally did it, the perforated line went all the way to the edge. And I think that is where a lot of people were like, it's going to fall off, it's going to break. I understand, yes. But if you go into your image, we're going to choose this one right here, this big one, and go to your layers over here on the right side and find where it is. You're going to click on the line, the dotted line, and then you're going to go down to contour. Now, this was also a game changer. It gave it a little more stability, but I contoured off the the single dot on the very end of each end of the line. So this dot here and this dot here, I just turned them off. So now your line has a stability edge that prevents it from tearing all the way through. Then all I did is take the square. The square for the 4x6 bags is 4.5 by 3.5, and so that's so it gives you a little extra on the end. If you don't want to, you can make it shorter, you can make it thinner. It just depends. I found that the 3.5 wide gives it an inch and a quarter on each side, so you have a little bit of space to put like text or images or whatever you want on each side. Just remember that when you're putting text on here, um, when you're putting text on your piece here, if you want to say the same thing on the opposite side, you're going to duplicate it and then you're going to flip it. You're going to flip once horizontally and then once vertically. And so that way, that happens. That way when you have it, excuse me. I hope that's when you have it on there, when you fold it, the images will be reading not backwards, but you'll have it the same on each side. Now, if you don't want something on the back or you want something else on the back and you just want words on the front, you can design it however you want, or you can use colored cardstock if you just want something simple. You can just cut it like this and leave it plain and add like stickers on it later. Whatever you want to do, you can design it to your heart's content. So it is just one big square. I didn't use two squares and weld them together. It's literally just one square. It's one single square, as you can see here. And then the dotted line, I just took that and I just took the dotted line and held the square together, and you go up to a line and hit center, and now your line is in the center between the two. And then the little ovals, this is the size I use, 0.99, like less than an inch and less than a half an inch. And then you just duplicate it and put it on the other side. Now, I did not use a line for the ovals. I didn't use an align or arrange or anything like that. I just eyeballed it to the best that it would be, and it was a lot of trial and error to get them exactly where I wanted them, and it came out fine. They match up on each side. They fold perfectly in half. Everything's equal and symmetrical, and it's great. And then you could just, once you're done cutting it, you can fold it and then hot glue, staple, or double side tape it to your bag. And then you have the little product handle for your product that you're selling. And that's just an easy, simple way of, upgrading and upscaling your product presentation so that it makes it more presentable for others to see. This is the one for the 4x6. This is for the 3x4 bag, the smaller bag. This is for, this one is for the little square snack baggies, Ziploc bags that I got at Walmart. And I think it's like $2 or $3 for a box of 100 for those ones. And Each one of these brands of boxes, I got them all at Walmart. You know, no big deal. Um, but yeah, that's how I made the handles for my little Ziploc bags for my products. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.